Hey guys, and welcome back to another Bootcamp solo PvP tutorial. Today we'll be expanding on the last video of how to set up your screen and moving into how to start using the screen properly by scanning for certain information and using the information to change your flying style. As with the previous videos, this one will also be building a foundation to go into deeper topics. I'll be assuming a basic understanding of manual piloting that is gained from just practice and experience. If you're still feeling uncomfortable with the basics, I'll be doing a video on it in the future. But for now, I'll post some existing tutorials in the description below, or you can visit my stream where I can explain it in real time. During a course of a battle, there's a lot of information to process and can often be overwhelming. We're going to try and sort through the information by using a scan to get what we need when we need it. A scan is a continuous process of finding the right information and omitting the unneeded. It is used by real-life pilots to do complicated procedures and maneuvers in high workload environments, much like we have in an EVE Online fight. The goal of a scan is to avoid information overload and tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, focusing on only one piece of information, will often get you killed. For instance, you could potentially not notice yourself over-tanking, or not notice a thrasher about to scram you. The best way to avoid tunnel visioning is to get into the habit of using the scan. The key is to focus on as few things as necessary to both keep a big enough picture of the fight, but also avoiding information overload. To start, I must mention the center of your screen, represented by the blue circle. When I mention center, which I often will be, I'll be talking about manually flying the ship, the general space around you, E-war effects, and target management. I'll be using arrows around the screen to show what I'm scanning other than the center. Let's talk about how to actually do the scan now. Think of a hub and spoke on a wagon wheel. Everything will originate from the hub, then goes out to a spoke, and then back to the hub. In practice, we'll start from the center, out to the overview, back to center, to the modules, back to center, and to whatever information you deem necessary at the time. Always go from a hub to spoke to hub. For each stop, gather information for a few seconds, then move on. Do not fixate or scan too quickly. Picking what information you need at any given point of a fight will often come from practice and experience, as each fight is completely different and there's no definitive way to say what will be needed and when. However, I will be explaining my thought processes on the following clips. We're also going to be talking about flying style and how it will be changing based on the information you've received. This portion will mostly apply to kiting. While it absolutely can apply to brawling, you often don't get the choice once the battle has begun. The two styles are offensive flying and defensive flying. I've included a small prepared subtitle to show when I'm getting prepared to switch to the other. Offensive flying will be being aggressive and perhaps a bit risky to secure tackle or a kill. Defensive flying will be playing it safe, not taking risk, or disengaging due to an unfavorable engagement or changing situation. In this first clip, I'm in a Phantasm. I've been burning off the gate for a few minutes in an attempt to get one of the many tackle plights holding me to mess up. I'm trying to be very aggressive to catch one of them, but I'm having trouble due to my slow speed. I do suspect that they have a gang on the way because they can't kill me themselves, so I'm prepared to switch to a defensive flying style. I'm primarily scanning center screen for target management and local for when their friends arrive. I'm prepared on my modules to snag someone who messes up and can mostly ignore my overview because I have all the targets locked. I notice local spike, and that means I need to go ahead and switch to defensive flying. I find a way out of the situation and start mostly scanning D-scan and focus on center to ensure my ship is flying to the gate. I can now ignore local. More people jumping in won't change my flying at this point. I see there's a Brutix fleet on D-scan, and start to mostly scan the overview and center to see where they land. I notice that they land 70 kilometers off, so they're definitely rail Brutixes. I need to focus on my module management now. I do not care what's on my overview at this point because it's irrelevant. I've committed to the gate and now I need to focus on tanking. My scan will focus only on making sure my ship is headed to the gate and my mods are doing all they can to assure my survival. In this clip, I'm in a Nano Brutix Navy issue. I jump into system and see there's a Loki and Saber camping the gate. I need to decide what flying style I'm going to do, if I'm going to attack or try to crash the gate and run. I look at the Loki to see what guns he has, and I see rapid light missiles. I know what fit he's based on that from experience, and I know I want to be aggressive. I feign crashing the gate to bait him into aggressing me, but allowing me to get close, and engage as soon as I'm in web range. I'm focusing on tracking him center screen, and my module management, but still scanning the overview. I completely missed the carrier on D-scan, due to omitting it from my scan to focus on the Loki. I'm blasting through his tank as the Nidhogger warps in, so I get prepared to switch to defensive to prepare for my escape. I know I have some time to finish the kill. As soon as he dies, I switch my scan to looking for a way to get out in my heat and module management. I align and start heating the MWD and warp as soon as I'm able. If I had tunnel vision on any one thing here, I would have either missed the Loki kill or missed the carrier coming in and most likely would have died. In this last clip, I won't be adding arrows and would like to focus on the flying style and how quickly it can change. I'm in a Vagabond, half paying attention. 3 Hecates get the drop on me. I have to immediately be defensive and burn away or I'd melt. I choose to ignore local, D-scan, or anything else except center and module so I can focus on the ranges, module, and target management. I'm even ignoring the overview because I can see all 3 Hecates center screen and eventually get them all locked. With all 3 targets already locked, I can get all information I need from the target box and tactical overlay. As I put damage into the first Hecate, he pulls off to the side and warps off. I tried switching to an aggressive flying style, but I was too late. The second Hecate starts getting closer and I try the same move. I switch back to kiting off, except this time I'm able to anticipate his move and switch to being aggressive much quicker, which ensures the kill. If I had chosen to focus on the overview more, I probably would have lived, but I would have missed the maneuver the Hecates tried to get away with, and I would have missed the kill. The goal of this video is to help you build a foundation of sorting through the heaps of information on your screen to use what you need when you need it so you can most effectively fly your ship in a style that will be successful in more engagements. The scan will require getting into a habit, and habits require practice. If you have any questions or want to talk about it more, leave a comment or visit me on my stream at twitch.tv/3tiers_. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stick with it, stay motivated, and keep up with the hard work. Thanks, and fly dangerous.